Alright, welcome back. So today we'll do a quick overview of this new Holosun optic. It's the Holosun 407A3. So this is exclusive to Palmetto State Armory as far as I'm aware. Pretty neat in my mind because it is very affordable. It's well under $200. It's kind of like the bare minimum settings here. So let's just go through it and see what we got. So we got the overview on the left. Yep, it's a red dot. Tech specs here. So 50,000 hour battery life. That works out to be about 5.5 years. So that's in direct comparison to the Trijicon RMR Type 2, which gives you a 4-year battery life. We could probably figure out how they're measuring differently to see if they're being truthful or not, if it's a fair evaluation. Shake-away technology with last setting recall. So pretty neat. You can have it turn itself off and then go back to the brightness you had it before. The RMR does something similar. So after 16.5 hours, the RMR will begin to auto adjust in order to save battery life. So interesting there. Parallax free, sort of. 3-minute dot only. That's really, to me, I think that's a good thing to offer because I don't want any of the other dots, any of the rings, all that kind of nonsense. So I'd rather buy a cheaper Holosun that has only 1 dot than pay for features I won't use. And it's IP67 waterproof. So I had to look that up. So IP67 waterproof is only for like momentary immersion up to 1 meter. So that is not very waterproof. And I think that you look at the cost of this versus an RMR, you are getting what you pay for in the end. So the RMR is 20 meters waterproof, right? It's a military spec optic. So if you need something that actually is durable, is waterproof, will survive in the elements, survive whatever you put it through, you probably need to go buy an RMR and not buy one of these. So moving on, 1.53 ounces, kind of interesting there too. The RMR is 1.2 ounces, so it's a little bit heavier than an RMR. Dimensions, I do think the window on this one is slightly larger than an RMR, but I couldn't pull like solid window size numbers for the RMR, so I'm just going off of me looking at these optics side by side. All right, 7056 T6 aluminum, that's pretty standard. The battery type is that little side disc battery that comes in on the tray, and then 10 daylight and 2 night vision settings. All right, let's open this up. So, little slip box here. I do kind of like this as far as simple packaging. We get a card here telling me to activate my warranty, probably steal my data. We have a user manual that I'm sure someone should read. We should all read this, but we never will. I'm sure there's also a PDF you can find online. Don't eat the gel pack. Lens cleaning wipe. I mean, I don't think I need this for a red dot. Most people will never use it on their red dot, but it's nice to have. We have a variety of screws. So they give you some short ones, some long ones. They're already treated with thread locker, so that's pretty nice. And then we have the Holosun tool. Again, not super necessary, but it is pretty nice that they give you the tool that adjusts both their tiny, tiny windage and elevation knobs and screws in their 2 mounting screws. Nice thing about these is they are Torx. They really need to be Torx so that they don't strip out as easily. Then we get to the optic itself. Let's move that over. Very standard Holosun looking optic. Battery's already installed. Dot is on. Positive clicks up and down in brightness. Again, bottom's all sealed up because it doesn't need to have a bottom loading battery like an RMR. And then we have the tray on the side in order to change your battery. So this thread here is the same as the screws that adjust windage and elevation. These are pretty fine. So this is a thing you do at your workbench, I guess every 4 years because the battery lasts for 5.5 years. But I'm just going to open that up so we can see what this looks like. You can see what this thing will look like when it's on the ground, on the range, when you lose it. And that's it. It is microscopic. So do this on your workbench at home or in the arms room, whatever. Don't do this on the range because you will lose this thing in a heartbeat. So overall, what is this thing good for? You know, if you're just getting into shooting an optic on a pistol, you want like a backup optic on a rifle, something like that, I think this is a great option. You know, this is not for something that's going to be, you know, a life-saving piece of equipment. This is something for the range, for competition, that doesn't really matter, that you can afford to maybe have 2 of these in your range bag, because when one breaks, you will have a second one on hand immediately, and it'll be very easy to replace. All right, guys, any questions about this, please let me know. Thanks.